Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the Psychic Tarot Show with ASHALA, coming to you every week from this Beyond Mystic YouTube and Rumble channel, streaming live, where we can gather our energies together, really tune in as a collective of like-minded, high conscious developing individuals all over the world, and really allow insights to come through our guides, through this bandwidth of the heart, to see what's going to be most relevant for us to pay attention to in this upcoming week. So that is December 7th to the 14th, 2024. Hello, friends. Hi, Angela, Katie, Lupo, Seventh Pillar, Earth Dragon, Sky Dancing, Bamlo, so many familiar faces. Welcome, welcome. Before we forget, please, as always, remember to like, share, and subscribe right here at the Beyond Mystic YouTube channel. You can also find us streaming live over here at the Beyond Mystic Rumble channel. And if you would like to book a session with me, you can find me right here on the Beyond Mystic Consultations page. Psychic tarot card reading, a whole 1 hour reading with me. This is live over Zoom, and you will receive a recording of the session afterwards. So if you're interested, check out the coupon code below where you can receive a 10% discount on your session. All right, folks, let's jump in and see what is in store for us this week. And just knowing that we have, been sharing in this way for really a few years. Many of us have been gathering together on these platforms, and I'm almost hearing our collective guides saying today just how natural of an energy we're building. We are building, really truly a connective, collective grid of support. And I know sometimes people can feel a bit isolated and discouraged that we don't get to meet in person as often as we would like. We don't get to be surrounded in the real space-time with each other's energy field. And yet I'm just so amazed at what is available to us in terms of sharing on these platforms. And I'm not just talking about information and encouragement. I'm talking about real healing, energy that we can share literally through the airwaves. And that as we do this, the more we do this, we're actually building a healing frequency in our community. So for some reason, I feel like that's an important starting point to today's overview. Yep, look at that. Right to begin with, we have the communicator, that we are, again, we're communicating not just words, ideas, thoughts. We're actually connecting energy grids. We are literally creating this beautiful, I want to say intelligent, high intelligence that is beyond intellectualism. It's sort of like critical thought and divine wisdom. So this is beautiful this week that we're being brought into, this is being brought into focus right from the beginning. And another focusing of our minds, the power of our minds, the power of our thoughts and of our collective energy. It's interesting because I've had the great fortune of being able to meet some of you in person at different events and rallies and so on. And it's just incredible how we already feel like we know each other. Some of my clients that I meet online and do these virtual Zoom sessions with, and gosh, over years, we end up getting to know each other really well, and there feels like such a powerful connection. And when we meet in person, it's just so natural. It feels like we already do know each other in so many ways. So this is, again, I feel like there is us really utilizing these platforms beyond information and sharing ideas and thoughts, and really going into almost like infusing them or charging them with the power of our conscious intention. So here we have in the house of Taurus, and this has a lot to do with our conscious intentions, also about changing what security means to us. Um, it's curious, even in the realm of currency and money. I get that 3/4 of it is belief and value and frequency and intention. And the last quarter of it is the actual physical material numbers, the cryptocurrencies, or the physical gold and silver and precious metals, or the physical dollar bills, and so on. But they're saying so much of it exists in the metaphysical, which is in the realm of energy, belief, and values. So that's a really big theme that we're starting off this week with, this theme of the power of our consciousness, that we literally can send, as we do with the internet, we can send that all over the globe. We used to say the power of our thoughts, our words, and our deeds. Yeah. Okay, now in the house of Gemini, yeah. So again, adding to what I was saying earlier, because for those of you that know the cards, Eight of Pentacles is very much like getting down to practicalities, getting work done, being productive. It's a very productive card. It's in the earth plane with all those pentacles. And the number 8 is about, building momentum, building a pattern or a program that runs itself. So this is in the realm of words and thoughts and ideas, or consciousness. So this could be a week to work with consciousness. And that is reminding me of things like, many of you are familiar with Emoto's work on sending consciousness into the actual molecular structure of the atoms of water and formulating these patterns in the water molecules that vibrate at the same frequency as our conscious intentions. And this feels like we could explore this a bit this week. We could go back to some of those, those practices where we infuse our water with our intentions, with that conscious frequency. And, in different traditions, this is also called prayer. The power of prayer. You'll notice this person has their hands in the prayer position right there. This person that's laying, resting, meditating, gathering their thoughts, and then directing those thoughts intentionally. So working with the energy of our consciousness, our intention, our thoughts in a meaningful way this week, sending them in some direction. So this gets back to classic old things like, positive affirmations that we used to put up on our mirrors and stuff like that. They're saying, why did that go out of fashion? Just start doing that again. Like, we can easily work with the power of our words, our thoughts and ideas this week to create change. And, sometimes I feel like, well, we get a little psyched out. We're like, I don't know, this seems a bit woo. It's very hokey. Like, I don't know if it's actually doing anything. And what our guides are saying is, well, what the heck? Like, it's not doing any harm. We know that. So why not, in good faith, do a little bit of intentional word casting? And it's not just about this isn't about manipulating or controlling others or having power or dominance over others. It's all about sending blessings. It's blessing everything and everyone, blessing all the things that you want to see increase. Okay. Ooh-hoo-hoo-wee. Wow. Wow. Okay. The earth is a little unstable this week. And this can be both the physical earth and the metaphysical earth, meaning things that we have grown into maybe some stuck habits with are potentially we will have maybe, let's hope, some gentle wake-up calls with those things. And then in the larger physical earth realm, there is a lot of shaking energy. There's a lot of clearing, a lot of activation, a lot of energy being released. And, I'm going to see what's across from it and what's on the other side of it to see how we can work with that. Again, where are we sending our thoughts? Are we sending our thoughts into, no, we don't want any release of earth energy. Nail it all down, lock it all in, hold everything? Or do we want to guide the way it releases very intentionally, by saying something along the lines of, may these earth changes, may these transitional releases be gracious and gradual, and may they create more healing, transformation, higher frequency evolution for all beings on this planet, or something along those lines, right? Taking the time to create a word message to put out into the ethers. Gosh, this is really a lot about our words this week. Here we have, again, another place where we can easily get sort of tricked into seeing the cup half empty. This is the woe is me card. It's showing up in the area of the house of Leo, which is really where we feel, extroverted and confident and open to the world and receiving good things. And this is looking like there could be a lot of self-pity rising energetically. There could be a lot of, and it feels like it's connected to old grief, things that we've been carrying around for a long time, and we're just kind of at this place of, I can't do it anymore. I just can't do it anymore. I'm just so sad. So almost like they're saying, can we take our sadness and our grief and our feeling of somewhat despair? Can we have the courage to turn that into a prayer to bless the world? It's not about denying deep feelings. It's about, I want to say, almost recycling them or repurposing them into something. It's like if you can identify what you're really sad about, then you can identify what you want to see change the most. If you feel your feelings and feel what you're disappointed in, then it allows you to say, I'm praying for not just the release, but I'm praying for how this transforms into something more ideal. I think we have an idea often that we just need to get rid of everything. But when we get rid of everything, we are in raised ground with nothing around us. We have emptiness. To some degree, emptiness is part of the process, but it feels like we don't want to get stuck in that downward spiral of loss. There's a lot to focus on right now, isn't there, where we can say, gosh, so much has changed and we are seeing truths so much more clearly, and that allows us to recognize how much we've lost. When people know what it feels like to have something amazing, they often say that revolutions don't just happen when people have nothing for a long, long, long period of time. Revolutions happen when people have had something beautiful. They have experienced some degree of health, of economic vitality, of community spiritedness, of, like we're moving in the right direction as a species. When they have had that uplifting feeling and then it all gets taken, that's when a revolution happens. So I feel like for a lot of us, we remember times where things might not have been perfect, but it felt like we were going in the right direction. And we want to go back and just revisit that a little bit this week and use those feelings of despair or grief to inform you what you're praying for, what it is that you're intending. Okay. Just going to check out comments here, see how this is for people. I'd like to buy the world a home and furnish it with love, Bamlo is saying. Yeah, it's what a lovely statement. And it's funny, those things that are like jingles, right? Old song lyrics that are in our heads sometimes. I've noticed lately that, I often do sort of personal divination with song lyrics, and I'll just, when a song will pop into my head that I haven't been listening to on the airwaves recently, I'll notice if there's some kind of message in that for me. I have noticed in the last couple of weeks that things have been coming in that are not welcome. And I'm like, I don't want that song stuck in my head. What is that? That's this. It's a, like a song with some disparity in it or something. And I'm like, I don't want that lament rolling around in my head. So it's almost like I have to consciously choose to repattern that with some other lyric that's also very catchy, So interesting. Whoa, oh, whoa, oh, whoa. This is the house of Virgo. Virgo is the house that has to do with our health. It has to do with our, just our daily life, our habits, our day-to-day reality, our work, the things that we do as a routine. It's pretty much about as opposite from the High Priestess as you can get. It's very, this is a very practical kind of earth-based little details house. And the High Priestess is the great mystery. So, the great mystery showing up in our day-to-day lives. I also see this card as secrets being revealed, secrets that have real practical implications. So more hidden history coming to the surface this week, more revelations around things that have been kept from us, and these things that have very, very practical implications. So, and really, we know that Virgo is about health, and this card is about secrets. So more information being released about ways that, legislation and protocols that were supposedly based on our health, and how there was an underlying agenda associated with that. So that kind of information is likely going to come to the surface this week. This is also a time of really powerful dreaming. It's where we're really, in our dream time, there could be huge healing that's happening because this is the physical health house, and this card relates to our dreams. So noticing, again, there's so much going on here this week that is between the worlds into the etheric and astral realms. A lot happening on those levels. Okay, and a very, very nice card. Nice to see a grounded queen over there in the house of relationship, reminding us to like, there's something about, that our vibe attracts our tribe, and putting out the energy that you want to draw in. So whatever it is that you're looking for, becoming more like that so that you are a good match. And this can be everything from business associates, collaborative work projects, things like that, because this is in the house of Libra, which is our, our contracts, our sort of official relationships. And she is the magnetic queen. She draws things to her because of the frequency that she holds, because of how she stands in her power, sits in her power, actually. She doesn't go chasing. So if this is this is about a relationship, an actual, intimate relationship dynamic, this is not a time to chase. This is a time to draw, sort of like, may the best person win. You're going to draw someone to you at the level of frequency that you're holding. And this is also about, if you are looking at connecting and meeting new people, if you're single and looking at meeting people, it's a lot about choosing to really present. If you're, dating online or whatever, you really want to be presenting the wholeness of who you are and that energy, the very best version of yourself. It's almost like, not fake it till we make it, but there's a little leaning into our future selves this week. And almost like, knowing that that's where we're going. Again, this is about creating an energetic match in the etheric and the astral realm so that it draws us in the right direction. Okay. Oh my gosh. Holy. Yeah. I really get something to do with also like word magic, word spells, because this is the death. It's the house of Scorpio, the death of old, not only narratives, but languaging. Literally words getting taken out of the common lexicon is what I'm hearing, and new words being put in their place. Like, time to change some of the language on this planet. Because words hold power, yes? And so many of them, if you look back into their etymology, where they're from, what they're actually saying, you'd be horrified to see what we're actually talking about when we use these different words, like mortgage, engaged to your death, things like that, right? It's like, can we come up with a better word for that, please? I think we probably could. If we actually even put a 5-year-old to that task, we could probably come up with a better word. Yeah. Hello, everyone. Bamlo's saying about this high priestess, she sits between the dark and the light. Yeah. Digibean is saying, I love the idea of sensing ourselves in the future and feeding upon it. I mean, I think I would maybe even change that wording to feeding that version of ourselves so that it gets stronger. Yeah. So let's keep going. Oh, I'm going to just take a moment actually and stop. We're halfway through here, and I want to be sure that you get a chance to have a look at this. So this is these beautiful, I'm going to go over to them, these beautiful Ascension Organite special edition Shungite pendants, 30% off still. So you're going to use the code Blue Chickens right there, all in capital letters, to receive that discount. And while we're looking at products on the site, let's go over and have a peek at this. So right here, you can find the Tarot and Numerology Master Workshop Level 1 with Janine and I. And we just recorded this, gosh, when was it? About 10 days ago or so. And it was amazing fun that we had putting this together. I was bringing in all kinds of research and history and definitions of things, and Janine was weaving her phenomenal insights and mastery with the tarot. And we were just having real candid discussions about how we work with numbers when we're reading cards, how to do, we offer up a formula of how you can utilize numerology so that you are actually able to read. I'm just going to step up back in here for a sec. Yeah, so that you're actually able to read the numbered suit cards, the 40 numbered suit cards. You don't have to memorize them all. You can read them using this formula of the number symbolism and the suit symbolism. And it's just a game changer if you want to have a much more sort of effortless, gracious relationship with the tarot. So, oh, Lupo is saying, Tarot and Numerology Workshop, I can definitely recommend. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. So yeah, you can go over there and check that out. It is, of course, on an amazing discount right now, super affordable. And I'd love to hear your feedback because we're working on content for level 2. All righty, let's keep going and put the cards back into the large view here. Okay, there we go. Well, let me just slide my table down a wee bit. Okay, here we are. We're working our way up now. We've just been in the house of Scorpio, the death of something, the end of something, all of that like dark word magic is what I'm getting. This week is so much about words, energy of connecting online, like, but not just talking, and like connecting energy through the airwaves. Huge, huge this week. Now, all of a sudden, we've kind of jumped stream into something quite different. This is in the house of Sagittarius, and it is divine union. Now, Sag is about spontaneity. It's about expansion, adventure. I wonder if there is some invitation this week for some sort of spontaneous adventure related to soulmates finding each other, like some kind of interesting fated energy. And again, I get that there could be a value in speaking or putting out your intentions, like taking the time to craft your mission statement if you're looking for love, or if you're in a relationship and you'd like to see change in that relationship, to literally write it out as a power statement and then send that out this week. Make it a practice that you're going to do it at least once a day, maybe a few times a day. And you're just going to send that frequency out, because this does feel like there's a great awakening, a great adventure, a lot of divine unions, people finding each other, not just romantic, intimate relationships, but also friendships. Really important people that we're going to come into alignment with. I get even in the next couple of months. Yes, you see that two, the 2 of Cups here, and then the 8 of Pentacles down here. So 8 weeks to 2 months. So why not? Why not make a mission statement about what you're attracting in terms of love and relationship in your life? Divine union. Oh boy. So the good news. Let's start with the good news about this. We have, drum roll, we've got down at the bottom, down there in the house of Cancer, our home base, not looking very stable. Destabilized home base, which again, like I said, it feels like this relates to things that we may have gotten stuck in our comfort zone. Probably things that we need to work on letting go of anyway. And then up on the top here, 5 of Wands. 5 of Wands in the house of Capricorn. So this is the training through creative chaos card. You see that? See how they're all, it looks like they're fighting, but I like to say they're sparring, right? They're getting out of their comfort zone. So again, stepping out of your comfort zone, you may choose to draw yourself. I have a comment here. I got the same cards in the 4th and 10th house in my personal zodiac. Okay, well, this is definitely for you. Yeah, so what this means to me, the good news is that it's all to play for. Energies are shifting. And so when we have disruption, I'm going to indicate that this doesn't need to be catastrophic, big, crashes, that this can be nudges from the universe. This can be just enough tension to force us out of our comfort zone, but not to knock us down, right? What doesn't knock us down makes us stronger. So there's something about, working through a bit of discomfort this week, especially if there's abrupt changes or things that you are attached to. Could be anything. Could be your utilities and your power disruptions, or disruptions in the internet, or whatever. And of course, we're still in Mercury retrograde, and we know as the major systems are transitioning and there's resets happening all over the place, we know we've been expecting this, and it yet doesn't make it that much easier, does it? It's still, because it's the uncertainty. When is this going to happen? How long is it going to affect us? We can never absolutely predict with accuracy those things, but I love having this beautiful balanced card on the one side of this 5 of Wands. Let's see what's on the other side of it. Another sweet cup. Okay, so we stay balanced, stay in our love frequency, which is, keep your friends close this week. Don't turn on them if things get disrupted. Use the disruptions as an opportunity to create deeper intimacy, deeper bonds, to draw you closer. Some people, when they're out of their comfort zone, they push everybody away. They're like, no, I just got to go and hide and heal, lick my wounds and be alone. And they're saying, if you can this week, invite people in for, they're saying, the disruption party. I don't know what that means, but they're saying, let's not get so fixated on what's being taken, because we do have some taking going on here, right? We've got the Tower down here in the House of Home Sanctuary. We've got 10 of Wands over here in Scorpio. Things have to end. Some things still have to be removed. And there's potentially going to be an opportunity to either like rally into adjusting and adapting and making your bonds with the people that you care about and have loving connection with stronger. Let that draw you together, and not isolate or project onto others. So it's kind of nice. I mean, better than the other way, right? And here's another little page. Oh, look at these. Oh my gosh, are you watching, everybody? Are you seeing this? I just noticed it. I'm going to move the table over a little bit so you can see. Look, 1, 2, 3 pages in a row. Wow. The children. The pages are like the childlike parts of us that are like, it's no problem. We can start all over. We can start a fresh start. We can turn a new leaf. You know, that they're excited by change and not as resistant to it. As the older we get, the more stuck in our ways we get. So we might want to get into this more innocent, childlike wonder of, I wonder what's next. I wonder how this is going to shift. Bamlo says, 3 of a kind. Yeah. 3 of a kind is very special because it's a blessing. And when we have pages, which is sort of like our inner children, our inner innocence, beginner mind, the ability to reset, turn a new leaf, a blessing in that area with those 3 pages all in a row as well. So again, does this not remind you of a little group of friends in solidarity? We're back to the beginning of our reading where it was about, here we are, we might be far and wide and connecting on this, what feels like an artificial mechanism of relaying, and yet there is real energy between us. This is not just wires and, satellite signals. This is real love. There's real love. There's real integrity, wisdom, beauty and frequency and care and connection and community between us. It's not just something in a screen that we're looking at. We really are together. And so I love that wherever we go to this week, whatever feels disrupted, secrets still being revealed, more having to let go, change the languaging of things, the more that happens, the more we find ourselves with our allies. And in some ways, the path ahead of us is better than anything we've had before. Because, for one, it was really hard to know who your allies were in the earlier versions of our reality, right? Nikki is saying 3 in a row, pages, love, love, love. And Scotty's saying the babies. Yeah, the babies, also children. What a week to really, I want to say, hold that frequency of the child energy with so much care, so much encouragement, send that so many blessings. Our community is strong. Yeah, it really, really is. And Nikki is saying, The true friendship based on love will withstand any tower moment. In fact, you're right, Nikki, it will also get stronger. Oop, I just went away. Hold on a sec. There I am. I'm back. I think I pressed a button. A little bit of humor has to come in too, right? All right. Okay. Last card, drum roll, center card, Queen of Cups. Queen of Cups. So we also have two queens in this little spread this week. We've got these two queens right there, Queen of Cups, Queen of Pentacles. So again, Queen of Cups really about our intuition, our sensitivity, our ability to heal, to be empathic, to have meaningful relationships, meaningful connections with our loved ones. And the Queen of Pentacles, it's all about creating empowerment, leveraging, agency, creating our ability to stand strong, to, direct the flow of the revolution in the direction we want it to go in, and to draw other like-minded people towards us. Thank you, Lupo. Aw. You make my Saturday night too, all of you. And Jim's saying she's back. Oh, yeah. Okay. So I'm going to close up this amazing overview and tune you all back in with some of the offerings just to give you a gentle reminder. And then I might have a peek at a couple of personal questions or specific questions. So yeah, give me a moment here. We're going to go like this. And I'm going to bring you back over here. Of course, we're going to backtrack a little bit and just bring this reminder to please follow us and join us over on the Beyond Mystic Rumble channel and also on the Beyond Mystic YouTube channel. And of course, you can find me here on the Beyond Mystic consultation page. You can book a session with me. And I am taking bookings for this upcoming week. I have a few spaces left. So jump on over there if you'd like to join me. I would love to meet you and work with you. So many people that I am seeing on here. I recognize your names and your faces that you have had readings with me. And it's, boy, let me tell you, I feel like blessed beyond belief because I've actually had the great opportunity of at least communicating with so many of you virtually, face to face, and that has been amazing, very, very magical and powerful. Okay, so let's see if there is anything. Oh, I want to just make a mention here. Jim is saying I still have my pendulum class to take. Yeah, so I am filming on Monday, dowsing level 2. I believe it's going to be out before the end of the year. It might be early January that they're releasing it and launching it. But anyway, it's real close around the corner. So if you haven't done the level 1 pendulum class, I really highly recommend that you do that one first because it just gives so much background into the whole phenomena, the history of dowsing, the metaphysics and the science behind it. And then we can just sort of, beautifully transition right into dowsing level 2, where we are working on site on different landscapes and in person to use dowsing rods and pendulums to indicate earth energies and also to heal and clear and restore harmony in earth energies, in human auras, and so on. So this is going to be a real beautiful opportunity for, again, me to sort of share with you some of these resources and give you connections where you can go on and continue your study. So I always bring in, follow up, next steps, ways that you can continue your study using different resources. Thank you. A good history too. um, okay, important delta today. See post on Obama and world leaders 12/7 darkness to light. Okay. Let me just pull on that a little bit. See if I get anything to add to that narrative. All right. Gonna raise the size of this. Oh, wow. Okay, so 8 wands, a lot of action, a lot of activity, a lot of energy just picking up momentum, right? You think of those old-fashioned steam locomotives where it started like there was a lot of fire that went into it and it started really slow, but once it got going, it really got cooking. That's what I'm getting here. This is like energy wheels are in motion. There's no stopping this. The Fool, let's see the third card. Yeah, so decisions to be made on, again, I feel like we're literally coming out of this chaos and fog and rubbing our eyes and going like, what do we do with the awareness that we have? What do we do? How do we choose? I mean, we know what we value inside of ourselves, but how can we start choosing on the outside? And I feel very much it has to do with, I think this is partially why different spiritual traditions around the world use things like mantras and prayers. They repeat these mantras and prayers over and over again because it's kind of like in training our psyche to, oh yeah, remember, pay attention to this. Bring your attention back over here. And we're absorbing the mantras and prayers or word spells of, the dark controlling cabal. We've been basically consuming that for decades and decades and decades. Well, really for eons, but especially as the whole media machines have come into full production and we're literally hearing words over and over and over, narratives, songs, right? And so there's something about us, like we don't know what to call this time that we're going in. We're starting to come up with these words like timeline jumps and new earth and ascension consciousness, but I feel like there's so much more that we can do to help really clarify what it is we're doing, where we're going, and what we're choosing. Yeah, I don't know why, but it feels like there's still, and very important that there is a choice for humanity, that we each somehow get to choose which path we go, and that there will be a type of separation at some point here, where, again, we can look at this and get really caught up in a narrative that someone else has created around what's that separation going to look like. What does it feel like for you? What does separation feel like? Is it banishment? Is it like we want those people that make the wrong choice to go to the other side of the universe and fall off into the deep abyss? It's like, and then they're going to get reconstituted into what? Something, right? Everything just keeps um, transforming and metamorphosizing. So, what would we like to see happen? What would we like to see these transitional times look like? Because it does feel that there's still going to be people that just can't get up to speed with the changes. So, yeah, Q less is saying we want all people to be saved. Yeah. And so what could that look like is the question I'm asking you. And I'm not giving you an answer, a right answer, a wrong answer. I'm just saying contemplate a little bit what that might look like. Yeah. So Victoria is saying too many distractions. We have to stop and get centered, grounded. If you feel overwhelmed, say stop to pull yourself back to center. So I really actually love that the Lovers is in the future. I love that it has the word love in it. And one of the things that I admire most about the Lovers card, I'll tell you a little bit about how I teach it when I've taught tarot. I say that it's kind of like when we are children and we go into like kindergarten and grade 1 when we're about 6, which is interestingly the number of the Lovers card is number 6. And up until that time, most of our friends and people that we got to spend time with were chosen by our families, right? It would be like maybe the neighbor kids or our cousins or our siblings. But we go into like grade 1, kindergarten, grade 1, and it's the first time that we get to actually choose a friend. It's the first big sovereign choice we make, our best friend. Remember that best friend, like your first best friend in like grade 1? It's very, very beautiful that we get to choose who we care about. And this feels a lot like what the message of this reading today was telling us, that we get to choose. We're literally coming into the time where we get to choose what kind of people we're surrounding ourselves with. Who are our best friends? What does that look like? Yeah, and I don't know about you, but in my experience and in the experience of many people I've worked with over the years, those best friends were like, it was like a magical zone we went into. Like we could be surrounded by all the, trouble in the class and whatever, the bullies or the this and that. We always somehow just managed to like squirrel away and have like this magical experience of time slowing down. And it was like our special world that we created around us. That's what I'm getting with the Lovers. And somehow it connects to this question about the darkness and the light and the choices that we're making. So a little bit mystical. Yeah. So I'm going to fare thee well with all of you at this time, just having a peek over at the comments. It's been a real honor and a pleasure as always to share with you. And I will love to see many of you on the Dowsing Level 2 workshop and on the Numerology and the Tarot class with Janine. And then, of course, join Meg and I back over on the As Above, So Below show on Tuesdays. Till then, everybody, have a lovely weekend and into next week. Blessings and bye